Alright then. Let us start. Metroid 2, or the product known as AM2R. Another Metroid 2 remake. Return of Samus. A new game begin. We'll go on normal mode. On normal. And let the story commence. Metroids. Numerous incidents in the past have brought to light the highly destructive power of these lifeforms, spreading far across all known planetary systems. Hoping to secure peace in the galaxy, the Galactic Federation orders the extermination of the Metroid species. I was the best candidate for the job. Once again, I find myself standing alone against the Metroid menace. What horrors await me within the depths of their homeworld? Planet SR-388. I have to, I really have to, recommend, not recommend, but, give complete props to the guy that made this, because it looks really cool, and, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna have to take care of something later on, but let us begin with Metroid 2. Return of Samus, which is very, very different from every other Metroid game, at least I can think of. That being said, I haven't seen all of them. But the fact that this one is very different, as our main objective, as pointed out, is not to defeat Mother Brain or anything like that. We want to exterminate the Metroids, the pretty much main gimmick, I guess you could say, of the series. Now notice how we start off with 30 missiles. That is because we're gonna get into an issue. But if you actually notice, we don't have an ice beam. And if we go back to Zero Mission, we need an ice beam along with 5 missiles to actually destroy a Metroid. So not having that could present to be a problem. Also, we don't have any of our upgrades from the last game other than the long beam, thankfully. Also the mothball. However, we do not have mothball bomb. However, to make up for that, our mothball at the moment is a lot faster than our normal movement speed, and this is save. Save will give us back our HP and our missiles. Very, very useful in this game. Considering it does 3 functions for just one thing. Either way, we go over this way, and we find ourselves a Metroid, except it's gray, because it has evolved. This is now an Alpha Metroid. An Alpha Metroid has gained immunity to cold temperatures. The loss of several nuclei within the screen membrane has left it vulnerable to concussive weaponry. A plated exoskeleton partially covers it. This organism emerges from the molting of its larval form. Though aggressive, it is relatively weak at this stage, and its new appendages have yet to grow to their full length and strength. So this is really cool how it does add a little bit more to all this. Also, we start off with a map, very nice to have. As well as we have a little bit more actually in all of this if we go up. And our mission briefing, our primary objective is to exterminate all Metroid organisms on planet SR-388. Our secondary objective is to locate and bring assistance to the Galactic Federation Research and Rescue Team. So, yes, people have been here before us, and I keep doing it wrong. Planet SR-388. Planetary destination SR-388, a remote planet absent on most galactic charts. Federation research indicates it is a natural homeworld of the Metroid species. Its outer crust is hollowed out with a massive cave system, which are home to an ecosystem that is yet to be fully studied. The first expedition to SR-388 reveals the existence of Chozo ruins. For years, the Federation declared SR-388 unsafe to initiate new expeditions. However, after recent orbital scans failed to detect any Metroid presence on the planet's surface, the dispatch of a research vessel was finally approved. The crew's mission was to inspect the region where the species was first encountered and reaffirm that none remain. The next objective was to explore the nearby Chozo ruins and study SR-38's other wildlife. Communication with the team was cut off, only a distant signal managed to reach HQ. This is apparently something that actually is in the original Metroid 2. Talk about a research team, but you never see anything in that game. The Search and Rescue Team is an elite combat group consisting of heavily armed soldiers. Their mission: locate and extract any surviving personnel from the missing research team. The group reported finding a specialized energy sensor at the campsite of the missing team. Its data confirms the Federation's suspicion. Metroids still thrived within the planet. These findings were sent to HQ to be analyzed while the group continued their search for survivors. Contact was soon lost with them as well. The data sent to HQ revealed an approximate number of Metroids remaining on SR-388 and was ultimately used to develop a scan module for your power suit. This allows the detection of nearby energy readings unique to the species. The dormant species of SR-38 Metroids hunt for any form of energy found in natural synthetic organisms, leaving behind deceased husks after feeding. They are highly resistant to conventional weapons and possess great adaptability in foreign environments. Estimates suggest that a small number of Metroids set loose on a populated planet would lead to the extinction of any present life forms. As such, they've drawn much attention from space pirates who have repeatedly tried to use them as biological weapons. Scans of the native Metroids reveal their most common form in prior incidents is merely the species' larval stage. While there are records of extreme mutation triggered by space pirates using abnormal stimuli, the Metroid homeworld of SR-388 is seemingly the only environment where the species can naturally transform. The Chozo were an ancient and mysterious avian race. Incredibly advanced, they colonized many worlds, spreading their message of peace throughout the universe. There are historical records and legends of the Chozo visiting other races, with whom they've shared their knowledge and wisdom. These brief encounters led many primitive cultures to their present-day glory. Some say they helped consolidate the very foundation of the Galactic Federation. The fate of the race is unknown. Evidence suggests they slowly vanished from the cosmos over the course of centuries. All that remains on the planets, all that remains on each planet they inhabited are the ruins of their once glorious civilization. And finally, the native species. Not much is known about SR-388's ecosystem. Prior reports described the fauna as being very hostile. Nearly all observed animals have been carnivores, with even the smallest species showing dangerous traits. The harsh environments and the presence of so many predators may have forced an evolutionary arms race, perpetuating the cycle of violence. Extreme caution is advised. So yes, back to this. We need to go fight the Metroids. And yes, while no longer in its larval form, it is now very weak to missile attacks. So thankfully, they are actually a lot easier to defeat than they were before. We no longer need an ice beam just to damage them. And this is kind of the main gimmick of the game. You fight a Metroid, you defeat a Metroid, and, well, not a Metroid, but you fight enough Metroids, you defeat enough Metroids, and the lava blocking your way down will open up, allowing you to traverse through more of the planet. However, it did not get rid of the water system. Oh well. I'm going to ignore you. Oh, yeah, stick to the pond, Froggy! But yes, this game, as it said, is pretty much just like any other Metroid game, and the fact that it's an open world. Oh my god, excuse me. It's an open world type of deal. You have to explore the Metroidvania, but you are very limited by the fact that you need to defeat a specific number of enemies before you can actually move on. That enemy being, obviously, the Metroids that will technically change. We were told that they could evolve, and we know that there is such a thing as an alpha. Which means that there is going to be other forms of Metroids as well. Which is not something too surprising if you know Metroid enough. But I don't want to spoil anything right now. Also, am I going the right way? Maybe normal mode, correct? Yes. Because if I went on New Game Plus, the lava would not be here. Allowing you essentially to explore the entire planet. However, unless you're doing a randomizer, it would probably still be in your best bet to go from specific location to specific location. Also, these things, I swear, they look like Samus's ship. It might just be me, but that's what I see. It looks like the... I mean, it could be art imitating, not intimidating. Art imitating life, or life imitating art. However that phrase goes. Apparently I can't speak right now. Anyways, we go over this way, and we can go up or we can go down. I find it best to go up, because it's easier to go down, usually. So, nothing else up here, so let's start exploring. These are actually the Chozo ruins that was actually being described to us before. And we got some pretty basic enemies that we're worrying about right now. But they will get difficult as time goes on. Here we go. The Golden Temple. This temple stands at the base of a hollowed mountain. The statue's carved stone and the solid design attest that the structure was built to be a sanctuary, possibly with religious significance. The temple has withstood the test of time, showing the building knowledge and experience of the Chozo. Scans detect the presence of stationary robotic entities placed at structure points inside the structure. No control signals are detected. These units are operating autonomously. So, yes. Despite the fact that no Chozo have been here for a good long time, this place being abandoned, it is still operating. We can't do anything with that, so we'll just come back to this a little bit later. And I can't do anything with that. So, I could only, like, more or less be assumed. Okay, I was about to say, I know this button is aimed down. I have not played this game in a while, so I just remember exactly how I had all my controls set up. Like, aim up, aim down, bombs and everything. Either way, that's not important. Right now, we got the Mothball Bomb and a Chozo statue, very similar to, well, Zero Mission. And we got ourselves a missile tank. Missile capacity has been increased by 5. I'm not gonna have that song play every time, I just want to play it the first time. So yeah, this is pretty normal Metroid, collect things. Also, keep your eyes open, because you can always find things like this, that are just like small little shortcuts allowing you to go from location to location faster. So now that we got the mothball bombs, we can go this way that was originally blocked. Also notice that when you use a mothball, when you put down a mothball bomb, you can get bounced up by the use of the bomb. And keep your eyes open because there is stuff hanging around all over the place. Wanna be Metroid if there weren't hidden items all around? Energy tank! We now have an extra 100 units of energy, so... Yay! Don't know what else to say about that. We could... Yes, I wanna go up. I was gonna say, I don't have to go up, but there is a reason I wanted to go up here. 2 reasons. That was 1. Well, 3 actually. What? Right, left, middle. There we go. I thought it was left, right, middle, not right, left. By the way, we do that, move that pillar out. We technically don't have to do that. We can always come back here later with some other items that we'll get. I know we don't have to go to the left. That will just essentially lead us to either A, a dead end, or B, our way back down. Now we went over here for an extra energy tank. So, we're done with the top of this area. Let's fall down. If I fall down, I mean only go down 1 floor. And looky here! That is the shell of a Metroid. That is essentially our hint to, hey, be careful. Enemies ahead. More specifically, Metroids. It's not down here. Spider Ball! Press the left or the right trigger in mothball mode to start climbing walls. Very useful. The fact that they give you this early on, I think just goes to kind of show what they expect. Now, do you need that? All the time? No, but it's definitely helpful, because we still have things like the wall jump. So that's still useful, but it's not going to help us with everything, such as get to that one Metroid. So go into Mothball mode, go into Spider Ball mode, and let's start climbing. We just found ourselves another little cave, filled with spikes! And inside was another Alpha Metroid. So, these guys, very easy, but this guy took 6 shots. The previous guy took 5, if I recall. So, already, that's only the second Metroid we found so far, and they're already getting stronger. Shoot. Actually meant to keep climbing. Because it is an upgrade. There is an upgrade that we can get. Also, a fun fact is that you can still do multiple jumping, bouncing, whatever you want to call it. I find it very easy in this game, which I actually kind of like. I like the fact that doing the mothball bomb jump is kind of easy. Because otherwise I'm just, like what I did with Zero Mission was like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Trying to get it down a pattern and a rhythm. Also, be careful if you stop moving in Spider Ball mode, because you hold down one direction and the Spider Ball will go in that one direction, but the second you let go, you might think, okay, I'll just keep using the same one. No, no, no. Kind of changes a bit. Be careful, because I don't want to get hit. Move it, Samus! There we go. So I went all the way just to get this. Missile acquired, back down I go. Ow. Ow! Do I have a reason? No, I don't have a reason to go that way. So, let's go this way. I'm just gonna go in the fall mode, because again, it's faster. Ow! But I keep taking damage. Also, nice little detail here. You see the fireball, but if you don't see it hit anything, that's a hint that there's a missile tank hidden back there. Okay, get out of there, you. Up here. They give you a lot of energy tanks. They give you a lot of missiles, and it makes sense. You're gonna need missiles to fight the boss, so yeah, they want to make sure that you're prepared. Also, we can just do that instead of whatever the heck I was trying to do. Go over here, get our missiles, fall back down, and get to our next location, which is only here to tell us, hey, there's an item over there. If we didn't already find it, so, oh well. Let's just keep moving on. And this is actually a secret for later. Can't do anything, because this thing actually opens up that door to the right, but we need something from later on to actually open it. And as we go over this way, we find ourselves a charge beam. Hold down the button to charge. Very nice. Oh, shit. And I want to say, ow. Hold on. I want to say if you go in the mothball mode while you have this charged, instead it will just throw out a bunch of power bombs. Not power bombs. I always want to call them power bombs for whatever reason. It drops out a bunch of bombs. Now, charging is nice because it's essentially just a more powerful attack, but I don't think it works as an actual attack against the Metroids themselves. Pretty sure you still need to use missiles for that. And I think that's it here? Yeah, because it just takes me back there. I think I'm missing something. I can't put my finger on it, because there are still 3 Metroids we need to defeat, so the lava goes down. Oh, right, isn't there that main center shaft that I went through? Yeah, to the left of this. Right? Yes, yes, yes. I always get this area mixed up, but I think this is leaving the ruins. Technically it is, but at the same time it's not. It's also part of that one big area. Because we want to go down this way. And yes, we will save.